really smoked it. He inhaled it. He was a Chinese man. He was a very great man. And whenever he lit the plant, it wasn't to get high, but he would start to get high. And every time he got high, a blue bird would come to him and tell him to conquer his neighboring neighborhoods. And he listened to those, to the bird, and that's exactly what he did. And he became a great emperor in China. And at that point in the story, Pablo Escobar looks at his doctor and he goes, "Have you ever been to Disneyland?" And the doctor goes, "No, Pablo, I haven't." He goes, "Very clean, very organized."
Whoa. That's
it. But it's the truth. First guy that ever got high was a Chinese dude that burnt the plant because he liked the smell of the plant. It gave him a soothing, but after days of doing it, it packed up in his body and he started hallucinating. He saw a bluebird. A bluebird came to him and told him that he had to conquer the neighborhoods within the region.
What a crazy bird. He got high and a bird started talking to him.
What are you going to do?
You know, I don't know if this is true, but this is one of the things that the pot aficionados always used to say, is that, you know, when a priest walks down the aisle and they have that thing that they swing and there's burning incense inside of it, that used to be weed. That's what they used to do.
In what dimension?
I don't know.
At one point, I believe it was weed. Then it became that shit that Batman shot at the Green Hornet. It was like pedophile smoke. You wake up, your shirt's bound backwards and shit. Your pants are missing.
Well, what is it now? What kind of incense is it now?
It's like
is
this blue
sage?
smoke. I go in there to church every once in a while.
Yeah.
But you have to go for the full effect one, like the 5 in the afternoon on Saturday and the early morning Sunday. They don't break out the incense. They don't start breaking out the fucking malukia fucking salam alam. And the guy comes out, and one guy comes out throwing water.
Jesus.
And then the other guy. It's so weird how somebody made a great point on Twitter the other day. They said, you, me, Mitch Hedberg, I think there's 5 of us that delivered newspapers. There's 5 comedians that delivered newspapers. You...
Hedberg did it?
Yeah, you delivered them in a car to other places. I was an asshole that took a route, but not the route in my neighborhood. The route in the neighborhood over, so I had to beat the kids there before they get there and steal the papers.
I would deliver them right to the doors.
And you did too?
Yeah.
And then you collected?
Yeah, I collected from only a handful of people. Most people were on like a monthly subscription plan. They were switching over, but the people that you'd have to collect from, you had like this envelope, like a tan envelope, and you had to like mark off like, you know, when they owed things. I barely remember it because it was only a couple of the clients. And after a while, I kind of got away from doing them. I said, I don't want to do these people that have, because it's too hard to collect. It's annoying. Like I don't want to have to go to people's houses.
That was my specialty.
I didn't like it.
I must have been. That was when I first got out of Catholic school, and my mom gave me an option that I had to go up there and work in the afternoons. And I'm like, I got to figure something out. I just don't want to go up there anymore. And my friend said, I'm giving up my newspaper out, but he didn't give up the one in my neighborhood. He gave up the one in the next city over, the next town over, that city. I could still walk there. So I'd have to leave school and run over there because if not, the dudes would steal my papers and sell them as their own on the fucking street corners. So I'd have to get them, put the circulars in, put them in the thing, and then throw them on people's balcony. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, I'd have to go back with a ring after dinner and collect. How you doing, Mr. Rogan? I'm here to pick up 75 cents, and they give you like $1.50. That was your tip.
Right.
And you got like 22 cents a week for delivering the paper.
Did you collect from everybody?
I collected from everybody. I was there sufficiently.
What years were these?
This has to be 73, 74, 75.
Yeah, so I guess when I started doing it is when I started driving, which had been like 83. I probably started 83. I probably started when I was 17. No, that was 85. 85. Probably then. That's when I probably started doing it.
Yeah, you're too old to be collecting. I wouldn't pay you either.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just annoying. Like, what you wanted to do was go to the depot, pick up the papers, chuck them into the people's driveways, and that's it. And then there was a few people that wanted it inside the door. So you'd have to get out of your car, open up their screen door, put it in there, and then leave. And the idea was that those people, everybody would say, those people will tip you better. Those they'll tip you better. We're like, okay. And so we would only have like a few of those. And I think after the first couple of years, they stopped doing those kind of collections. Or I definitely stopped doing them. But it was an awesome job. When you're like a young comic, or, you know, even before I was a comic when I was fighting, it was just, I didn't have to do anything where someone was telling me what to do. I could get in my car. I could listen to whatever I wanted to. I listened to Charles Lacquadera. He had the Big Mattress on, I think it was BCN. I'm pretty sure it was WBCN in Boston. It was this awesome radio show. I'd listen to that, chuck newspapers out windows. I do that for like 3 hours every day. You know, it was the best job ever, because then I would make enough money where I could pay my bills, but I still had all the time in the world to do stand-up. All the time in the world to train, all the time in the world to do anything. But it definitely fucked me up, because you're not supposed to be getting up that early every day. Like, that can't be good for you. You know, if you listen to people that know things about sleep, like getting up at 4:30 in the morning or 5 in the morning every day and not being responsible.
That was the beginning. To me, that was the beginning of the new Joe Rogan era of podcasts. That was the first podcast I listened to that I agreed with a lot, but I also had a couple mitigating factors because I believe that everybody's body's a lot different. I know I could rock and roll. I could throw down on 7 straight, but it's got to be 7 straight. No, get up to pee 2 times, because once you're 50, you could be up and down. See, once you turn 50, 48, everything changes, Papa. So if you're there at night, I'm drinking kombucha with water, that has to come out throughout the night. And you will be up all fucking night on the hour, every hour. There's no REM sleep.
Yeah.
There's no REM sleep. So you have to control. Once you get older, you have to control your thyroid. Dog, I've been a specialist on sleep since day one. That was one of the most interesting podcasts you had on. I bought the book and everything, and he made some great points in there. I wasn't raised on a nap, Joe Rogan. My mom didn't raise me on a nap. Once we came from Cuba, my dad died. There was no nap. I went where she went.
Right.
So my day consisted of 8 to 3 in the morning. She had a manager's room in the back of the bar with a cot. And if I got tired at 1, go back there and take a nap. But I got to stay here till 3. Mama got to work.
Wow.
So my sleep was always horrific. Then when I was like 5 or 6 in school, then I went to normal sleep. I went to Catholic grammar school, normal sleep. Everything was normal. But my mom had a bad thing that she did. My mom had an issue that a lot of parents don't do when they work nights. She did it from the heart, because I have a friend who does it. Wake me up at 3 in the morning. Joe Rogan, get up. I brought you black ink and pasta with scungili from Umberto's, and I brought you a newspaper. Are you fucking kidding me? Could you imagine if I woke you up every night when you're 26 years old, Joe, at 3:30 in the morning? And you know I'm doing it from my heart. And 7 out of 10 times you're going to get up and eat the scungili or the marinara sandwich I brought you from Leo's, because they'd worked in the city. So if you bartend in New York City, on the way home, what are you going to do? You're going to stop? No, you stop and get 2 slices of fucking the best pizza there is in Manhattan. So my mom would wake me up every night at 3:30 in the morning with a Cuban sandwich. That killed me over the years. That would make me get up every night at 3. There's still nights that I'll be sleeping. I'll get a good night's sleep, but I'll look at the clock, and it's 3 a.m. on the fucking dot. Because it's in my... But like last night, I slept good. I fucked up. My sleep was bad after I read the book for a while. That's how deep it got into my head. So when I went back to Weight Watchers, I realized I couldn't eat any more fucking edibles, because they would make me hungry at night. I would fucking go off the charts with points. So I stopped eating edibles, and Joe Rogan, my sleep pattern changed. Bad. Like my body did not know how to go to fall asleep by itself. I went through a month of fucking 2 hours of sleep
Jesus.
doing a bunch of shit, and then 3 more hours in the afternoon.
Did you try anything? Did you try like melatonin or anything like that?
I did cocaine for 30 years, melatonin. I could eat 20 turkeys. They could all suck my dick. Gabba gabba, gooba gooba. I drink them all together, the tea, the vine. Leave me alone, please. Leave me the fuck alone, all right? Go fuck yourself. I got something that's gabba gabba, the tea, and the tryptophan put together, and they still don't find. I buy it on Amazon.
Damn.
Not bad. So what I learned to do was rotate it. So now I'm back on the edibles. I found an expired bag of Chiba Chews. Like from the Dave Chappelle tour, when I went out with Dave that year,
Jesus.
I found the bag with about 24 of them.
Oh, my God.
I slice them in half. You take one of those. Woof, you wake up at 6 in the morning to pee, your pee's brown. They're expired. You understand me?
What happens if you eat expired edibles?
Same thing when you eat an expired Vicodin. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. This shit ain't fucking around, though. This works the jaw. This is, you're going to fight Joe Schilling, eat 2 of these, and call me back on Monday.
It works the jaw.
Ain't nobody knocking you out after you eat one of these darn things.
Those things put you in another dimension.
Oh, my God. I've been in a fucking another dimension since last week, and I don't give a fuck. I have not left the house in a week. Do you understand me? I ate 2 of them on Saturday. I knew you were up in Idaho. How beautiful was Idaho?
Beautiful.
How were the audiences?
They were amazing.
Tremendous. It's like
the nicest people up there.
It's like a bunch of really smart people that said, you know what? Fuck California. Fuck Portland. Fuck New York. Fuck Chicago.
They're going to get mad. We're blowing up Boise. They want to keep it low-key.
Oh, yeah. No, they want to keep it low-key as fuck in all those areas. You could ski up there. They got everything up there. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
They got a couple people that hate black people, but they keep them on the side of the state. Mark Furman's up there fucking OJ's sister-in-law. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. It's all right. No, it's beautiful. And then you were in Tucson. My friend who I kidnapped showed up to your show. He said he had a great time. I go, why don't you say hello to Rogan? You could have done a podcast right there. He said he was embarrassed.
Damn.
But Saturday night, I ate a fucking edible Joe Rogan. I ate 2 of these expired ones. I ate one, then I said, let me take a chance. It's Saturday night. I ate another one. And I noticed your movie was coming on. And it is fucking, what a phenomenal movie. Midnight Express. When they catch the kid coming back from Turkey with hash on his body. Joe Rogan, yeah. That is one of the most hardest movies you'll ever fucking watch. In your goddamn, the first 30 minutes of that, like I thought I was going to die. Like when they let him go through and they played him, and as soon as he hit the fucking plane, they turned him around, ripped his shirt, and they dropped to their hands and knees, and they gave him the 7 years, and they started raping him.
Jesus.
But I watched up to the part where fucking he became friends with this dude that had a cat. And the dude's name was Lecky was the guy's name. And Lecky killed the cat. And they let This American know. You know that point where even, remember Michael Douglas and what was that movie where he's on the 405 and he just snaps? Fighting back, Michael Douglas and shit. Then they try to rob him. The 3 Mexicans try to rob him from a suitcase.
What was that? What was that movie called? Falling Down?
Falling Down.
Oh, Falling Down.
He had like his day. Like that was it. That was his last day to fucking live.
Wow.
This fucking dude finds out they killed that poor American's cat, and he throws a fucking beating on this Lepke dude. Joe Rogan is one of the most disturbing beatings. There's 2 disturbing beatings in film history. That's number 2, because he closes it out because the guy was a rat. So after he throws a beating on, look, yeah, right there, he's spitting out the guy's tongue in the air. Oh. And they showed it. I got to give a shout out to Turner Classic Movies. You motherfuckers been throwing heat the last 6 nights. They had on something else last night. They had The Gambler on the other night that followed this. This is the 40th anniversary. Joe Rogan, he throws a beating on him, opens his mouth. I'm thinking, the guy's being a nice guy. He's going to give him mouth to mouth and save the guy's life. Fuck no. You see him going, and once he just pulls up like this, Joe, they slow it up. Only a fucking real director. They had on the waterfront last night.
Jesus.
Yeah, they ain't fucking around. And they curse. Once I was watching, I go, what is the commercials? And they said, fuck one time. I might as well play this hand out. They're going to show the tongue. Joe Rogan, he takes it out. Jeez. You could see the rage from the fucking 8 years in that Turkish jail, getting fucked in the ass, eating that hummus, drinking that fucking watered down tea from Lecky, and he just spits his fucking tongue in the air. God. Look at his beating. The best beating of all time. There's only one better beating. Our boy, the Mexican, when he beat up the pilot. This is Lepke.
Jesus. Dude, I forgot about this movie.
This is a classic. This is a classic 70s movie.
This is crazy, dude.
Look at him. This is 8 years of getting beat up every day. I'm going to fucking kill you, you fuck.
Fuck, dude. This is an intense scene. What year is this movie?
78. I was a kid. God. I still remember going to see this in the movies and leaving there like, dog, I ain't ever going to Turkey.
Jesus Christ. The scene, for the people that are just listening, he's tearing apart this bathroom to get at this guy. I don't remember who the guy is.
He's the guy that sells watered down hash, and he rats you out, and he's just a creepy fucking dude. And then to finally push him over the tap, he hangs his cat. He wakes up to his cat being hung. And right here, people, this is the fucking strength of the 70s. Balls to the wall.
Oh,
smashes him. Yeah, no, this is real deal, real right here. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, shit. Are you fucking nuts? Good morning. It's the 4th of July. You're fucking with an American, motherfuckers. Even in Turkey, we lose our fucking minds. That guy must have been half Armenian or something when he bit his tongue out. He goes, here you go.
Dude.
This guy ended up dying of AIDS in real life. This is a strong. Next time you have 2 hours.
The real life guy in jail.
No, this guy, the actor.
Who was he? What was his name?
I forget what his name. Brad Davis.
Jesus.
Then the second best beating is our man, Anthony Quinn. At the end, when he was 80, he beat the shit out of the good-looking dude for fucking his girlfriend Madeline Stowe, in a movie called Revenge. That is
yeah, I remember Revenge. Kevin Costner.
And then he slices her face and he fucking puts her in a whorehouse.
That's right.
To get fucked in the ass every hour on the hour. God. Fucking, this is it. It's the 4th of July, dog. Get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? If Alex Jones is correct, we're going to have a civil war today. So what the fuck? You talk to Alex, you got to calm him down.
Alex, you got to calm down.
Talking about a civil war, he had me doing an extra Chiba Chew the other night. I was polishing the fucking the musket.
Alex thinks I'm defending the New World Order because I didn't think that George Soros was a Nazi. Oh, it's all so painful.
What's up, Joe Rogan?
Nothing.
What's happening, brother?
Everything's great, man.
Me too. I feel good.
Alex Jones, I love you, buddy. For real. But you say some silly shit. That's where this all comes from. Doesn't mean I don't love you. You're a great guy. But there's some shit that's just silly. It's a waste of time. You know? That's one of those things that's just a waste of time. Does that make sense?
I'm with you.
I think there's real conspiracies, you know? But I think there's some that, you know, people just get caught up in looking for conspiracies and everything. And after a while, it's exhausting.
Let's get the bull off the table.
I love the guy.
I loved the podcast with Ari last week. Yesterday, Tina Turner's son committed suicide.
Alex Jones is going to hear this, so I got to finish.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just, I love the guy. I really do. I just don't support a lot of the shit that he said, like the Sandy Hook stuff. I don't know if he's since disavowed that. I don't know if he changed his opinion on it. I don't know what it is, but at a certain point in time, you're like, Jesus, man, are you sure? Like, you got to be really sure before you say something crazy like that. Right? Don't you think? Look, I think he's a great guy as a person. I'm not attacking him. I just, when he goes crazy, He gets mad at me.
I
want to hug him.
I love when he told me the story about trucks pulling up in front of your house and they could see through your walls.
They probably can do that.
And they do that in different neighborhoods.
They probably can do something like that.
But then after 5 of those, and this is my experience with him, he'll tell you something that you got to sit there and go, what the fuck am I doing sitting here? But that's cool. That's Alex, and we accept him for what the fuck he is. I just thought there was a civil war starting today. I read on Twitter.
That's what he was saying.
Civil war. The Democrats are going at it today, so somebody's shooting somebody, so who the fuck knows?
So just to calm Alex down, nobody's telling me what to say. No one's telling me what to do. I'm not involved in the New World Order.
Who's the New World Order?
Just a comedian.
Enlighten me about the New World Order.
I'm not sure. I'm not involved, though. I just want Alex to know I'm not involved.
Who are those people you eating dinner with the other night? Were you in the New World Order?
Who's the dinner people?
The people you say you were eating with smart people.
Oh, they're just... These are all podcasters and former professors and all these different people that are doing different things together.
You scared me the other day, though. You had Eddie on the ropes, right? He was thinking you went back with the CIA.
What? What?
Yeah, you had you got people
Eddie?
on the ropes, sure.
What are you talking about?
He's not the CIA. Who knows?
What?
Nothing. Okay.
What the fuck are you saying?
Don't worry about nothing. Eat a cheap chew. It's the 4th of July. What do you give a fuck? No fireworks in fucking CBS Radford.
I think conspiracies are fun, and that's part of the problem with conspiracies. They're fun. They're fun to chase down. They really are. They're interesting.
I'll tell you what's fun to chase down: to read about one and to absorb it by yourself. Yeah. Once I get into a room with 3 men and we're on a conspiracy for 48 minutes, that's when I get aggravated. Well, that's what I don't ever want to talk about. That's what the shit that kills me. I don't have the time to discuss whether the moon landing or not. We all have an idea what we think happened. Guess what? I really don't want to talk about it. Not on the fucking 4th of July.
Yeah, no. The problem with them is, and this is a tendency, is that when people get really into conspiracy theories, they're into everything being a conspiracy. It's not like they're into conspiracy theories and also into the history of Cuba. They can give you a detailed history of some really crazy shit that went down. Like, how many people that are really into conspiracy theories could give you a rundown on how Castro took over Cuba, which is like a real thing that happened in, our parents' lifetimes, right? Think about that. How many people that are into, whether or not there's bases on the moon know about, all these different things that have happened through human history? The Mongols, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. There was crazy shit that definitely really happened. All the stuff that happened during the Vietnam War, all the stuff that happened during the Nixon administration, all that stuff's real. It's fascinating. Fascinating shit to look into. But then you get to dumb ones like, oh, God, are we really discussing whether or not the Earth is flat? Is this a real conversation? Like, people are really doing that? Satellites aren't real?
Go on social media. Don't get losing their goddamn mind.
You'll find a bunch of people that'll agree with you, too. Got to be so careful about not listening to scientists.
I'm going to tell you what else I saw on Sunday night. Sunday night on the 50 years of 60 Minutes. They was showing how they interviewed different people and how the one guy went to Saddam Hussein, and he said to him, ask him to tell him that this guy said he's crazy. And the interpreter looked at him and says, you think, sorry, I ain't asking him that. And there was one particular interview. He was just talking about the interviewer. He was one of the best interviews he ever did. Was when he pushed the guy, the guy that was standing behind Kennedy in the car, the agent that should have taken the bullet for Kennedy. They interviewed that guy. That's you got to hunt that one down. That he was one step behind. I mean, he breaks down into tears. He's a real American. Like, this is a guy that's a real American. Took that job, and they're like, it wasn't your fault. And he's like, you don't understand. I was a second behind. If I would have been there just 1 second early, I would have caught it in my back and the president would have been alive. I mean, it's fucking crazy.
Jesus. Can you imagine being dedicated to protect a guy with your own life?
And to really drink the serum and to believe it like a fucking soldier.
Yeah, those are very special human beings that can do that. It's not a lot of human beings that have that kind of resolve. Will throw their life in front of a bullet to protect someone else's. That's intense. That is intense.
And you have to hear where the bullet is coming from, what your response time has to be. This is when you're a real high-level bodyguard. You are the highest of the highest. Your hearing is impeccable. This means when you're walking down the street with this guy inside, you have to learn by yourself how to shut off nature and noises and listen to footsteps, weapons clicking, holsters opening. Think of how interesting just that alone is. That's why sometimes when you see them, they're holding one ear. Because they're zeroing in on anything particular. A car's tires screeching differently. Think of that fucking job, because that's what their job is, to react to that. So if Joe Rogan has 8 guys, when they train, and I don't even know, I've never trained in Quantico, but I just know that I guarantee the first 2 guys, the first 4 guys are lead guys. They have a mission. One guy gets to the door if there's a shooting. The other guy 2 guys duck for the president. There's got to be plans. It's like formations in football.
Jesus.
What if the linebacker goes this way, you run around me? This doesn't take a fucking genius to tell you. There has to be formations to protect the president or whoever it is you're protecting at that level. When I'm protecting Kevin Hart, how many people are going to try to assassinate Kevin Hart? When I'm protecting a president, how many people are going to really try to shoot that president with weapons? I mean, let's go to the Ronald Reagan attempt. Let's go to these attempts. How fucking fast? You have to be so high elite. Vietnam, another war, and then you had to do a tour of something else where you were just like a spook, that you tiptoed and killed people with toothpicks and shit like this. This is my training. Yeah. This is what I think they're training you. I don't think you're just born to be Rambo. I think they have to take you to government, and they start with 100 Rambos. They just keep training. You lose some along the way, and after every 100, you get 8 fucking savages that never had a chance to get married. The government never gave them a chance to get married. They're that good.
Well, all these guys that I know that have been Navy SEALs, all of them are any special forces guys. Those are different humans. You know, they're just different people.
Now, what's Jocko?
Navy SEAL.
Okay, so
in that, yeah, and there's just a level that you have to be. You have to have more control over your mind, more control over your will, more control over your discipline. You're in the most elite branch of the military. I mean, this is the elite of the elite. I mean, they make it insanely difficult to get in. So you just get the cream of the crops. The people who are, just their mental fortitude is just unlike an average person. If you meet a bunch of people like that, man, you realize, like, wow, people come in all kinds of different levels. There's people that just only surround themselves with other excellence. And those dudes, like those Jocko type dudes or Tim Kennedy type dudes, that's like a different kind of human. Like, they don't make a lot of those. If you just want to have only those, boy, there's a lot that has to happen before you can become a person like that. You have to travel through many valleys of the mind and the body to get to be a person like that. A person of insane resolve in a time of war. It's a very, very intense human being.
It's not even a time of war. Look at these 12 Filipino kids in the fucking back cave, stuck down there. Look who went to get them, the fucking SEALs. The SEAL team went down there and get them.
Is that what happened?
Well, there's different various agencies, but there's also a SEAL team there.
Makes sense.
You know, the SEAL team, that's as elite as elite. So, do you, I don't even know. That's how you probably become a fucking bodyguard to the president. You'd have to fucking start like as an attaché somewhere for a year or two with a suit on just to adjust to human life and life without fucking hearing bombs go off every 20 minutes and shit.
Yeah.
And then move up in that system until you get to that level of the Secret Service. There's no way you're going to be they put you through Secret Service training school and you're there in 60 fucking days. Let me tell you something. My daughter goes to science camp. You know, whatever the fuck, until pre-K starts. And one of the kids she goes with, his dad's an FBI agent. So you know what my job is every day? To sneak up on him. Every day I sneak up on him and put a gun to his side. And I go, what's going on? And I pat him in the back. And he giggles and shit. And I tell my wife every day, he's the worst FBI agent I've ever seen in my life. Because I'm 280 and I'm tiptoeing up to him. And he don't even hear me in bushes or nothing like that. That's how good I am. Do you know why, dog? Because they hire him right out of an academy today, Joe Rogan, right out of college. That's why we have so many shootings. That's why we have so many accidents out there with police officers. They don't hire neighborhood kids anymore. They hire college graduates that have never had what we had. See, when you were growing up, if all else failed, you've never been arrested in your life. You really could have been a cop. You're a nice guy, but you really could have been Joe the cop. You could have been Joe the cop in Quincy, Mass. That drives around and shit like that.
Sure, anybody could be.
Anybody could be a cop. But Joe the cop would have been different. If Joe the cop would have came in here and seen me and Jamie argue, Joe the cop wouldn't arrest me and Jamie. Joe the cop would say, I want to meet you motherfuckers tomorrow at 3. And he would give us both boxing gloves. And we would box it out when we were 12 and both go home and get ice cream the next day. Joe the cop wouldn't throw us both in jail. Joe the cop wouldn't throw us against a wall. And if we turned around, he'd shoot one of us in the fucking leg. He was part of the community, Joe the cop. And Joe and the cop knew what it was like living in that community as a child. Do you understand me?
Right.
So, and I didn't know this. I'd been thinking about a lot about this, and I ran into somebody, and I asked him, an ex-cop, why are we having the situations we're having in this country? The one last week in fucking East Pittsburgh is just mind-blowing. That motherfucker just, now, there's a lot of different angles for that. They had just finished doing a shootout. But the kid took off. This cop watched him, said, okay, got down, dropped down military style, and blasted him 3 times.
Oof.
Shoot me in the leg, bitch. Shoot me in the leg for running away. That's what Joe the cop would do.
Yeah, but even shooting someone in the leg running away, it's got to be something that they did that's really fucked up.
Well, listen, I believe in shooting
shoot someone in the leg if they
I'd
stole
rather
a
shoot
car?
you in the leg than take your fucking life.
I hear you.
I'd rather shoot you in the leg than take your life if it's an iffy call.
But just so you know, it's not safe to shoot someone in the leg. People die from getting shot in the leg.
How about I shot you in the fucking ankle?
No, okay, but
How
I'm
about
just
I
saying.
shoot you in the wrist?
I don't want to give anybody the impression they can just go around shooting people in the leg.
How many movies did we grow up at that the guy got shot in the shoulder and he just went? You know what I'm saying? You live getting shot in the shoulder.
You know what my favorite is? They
What?
get pistol whipped, and then when they wake up, it's like nothing happened. They just start duking it out with people. They got pistol whipped. Everybody was pistol whipping people. Remember that? They would just club them in the head with the pistol. That was so crazy. That was like a thing. And then these people would wake up. Why? What happened?
I didn't get pistol whipped with the butt. I got pistol whipped with the gun to the head. Nothing bled, thank God, but it fucking hurt. I don't know what the fuck type of gun. It was like an automatic, like a 9mm type thing. It wasn't like a revolver. I never got hit with the butt or.
What a weird feature of the human body. If that you hit it in the right spots, it goes out. Like we have like a plug. We have like a loose. Like some people's plugs a little looser than others. Some people's plugs like Mark Hunt. It takes forever to knock it loose. Some people can just take it and some people can't. It's fucking weird. It's a weird characteristic. You hit people and they go unconscious. It's very strange. It's a very strange feature that we exploit, you know? But in movies, they always make it like it's no big deal. It's a big fucking deal. It's a big deal. You should avoid having it done to you. It's a big deal to get knocked unconscious.
You know, it's so weird. When we first started hanging out one afternoon, you took me to see that boxing coach. And at the time, he had 4 Academy Award guys he was training.
Was that Terry Claiborne?
Terry Claiborne.
Terry's amazing. He's a great guy.
We walked in there, we went upstairs, and I think at the time when we walked up, Nicolas Cage was up there at the time with his little hairpiece on and shit, looking like Johnny Goomba and stuff. And then Terry came over and gave you a hug, and we went downstairs, and Terry grabbed Steve Simone later on, because Steve worked there at the time. This is 97, 98 as a gym guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, boy, that guy's in the wrong profession as a comic. He should have been a boxer. He hits like a mule, you know. And I never forgot that, him saying that, and all the stuff you talk about, brain damage and whatever. It took a lot for you to, at that age, to realize that this was fucking for real. This was dangerous.
There was no money in it. There was no temptation.
This head shit is not. This is real.
It was real, but there was also I didn't have any temptation.
Now, what happened before this?
What
happened before this? Like, what happened to the guys that I saw playing football in black and white with leather helmets?
Well, you know, leather helmets are safer, believe it or not, because you don't feel as confident. When they had those leather helmets, they didn't crash into each other the same way. There's an opinion. I don't know if I agree with it because I don't know much about the sport. But there's an opinion that no pads, no helmets, football would be safer. Because you wouldn't be able to do the same things that they're doing now. You can't just run into people head to head. It just destroy you. And you can only do it a few times. Your body would just start breaking. But if you're putting helmets on and pads, it accentuates your ability to run into someone with all your force. That's unnatural. And it creates an unnatural jarring of the body and the brain that the rugby guys don't get. The rugby guys don't have all those pads. So when they're clashing into each other, they're learning how to roll with things. They're not just colliding into each other. There's a different game when you've got padding. So if you take away the padding, people have to be more careful in how they're engaged. They can't just charge in and smash into each other. They won't last.
How CTE in rugby? How is CTE in the game of rugby?
It's a contact sport, for sure.
Right, it is.
People getting banged up. It's a contact sport, and it's a wild contact sport.
Are there any?
I don't know.
Interesting to find out. I remember being a kid, dog. I know. I'm from Jersey.
It's a real good question.
We're from fucking Jersey, right?
Yeah.
We know football. I didn't even know soccer back then. When I lived in Jersey, there was no soccer. A couple Spanish people played the dark side of the court. They played soccer on Sundays. They wouldn't even let nobody watch them. A couple Spanish guys. But besides that, soccer was not big in my area. But when I moved to Aspen, I would go to Aspen on Saturdays just to walk around, get a beer, get a sandwich, and I'd see rugby. I had never saw that, though. I didn't even know what the fuck it was.
Right.
And I was like in good shape. And after about 3 times that I went, one of the guys said to me, why don't you show up on a fucking Saturday? And I looked at them like, what, are you crazy? Like, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are doing. They have a big rug fest in Aspen every year. Pretty much every year. That's where I first saw rugby, was in Colorado.
I don't think I've ever seen it live. I've only seen it on TV.
Yeah, no, I've seen it live, and that's when you hear all that shit. You know, I saw 2 things that blew me away live in Colorado. I saw rugby, and I saw when they did like a Tour de France type race, but they did it at Snowmass Village, and I knew exactly what it was, the road up, and how it would have to be a circle to go, and you didn't have to go back down to Route 82.
Right.
You would just do circles around Snowmass. And I still remember being on a hill, listening to them going up the hill. And it just blew my fucking mind. The way the tire was hitting, the speeds, like how fast they were going uphill. And then 20 years later, you realize they're doing PPOs and fucking hanging out with Sheryl Crow's old husband, shooting all that shit. Can you imagine what they were shooting in the 80s when I saw them?
Jesus.
Was shit stronger back then?
I can only imagine.
What's the drug that they shoot that their legs won't stop moving at night, so they got to get on the bicycle?
Oh, EPO. It's not that the legs stop moving.
PPO,
their blood gets thick. Apparently. I'm probably saying it wrong. but they have this feeling like they have to exercise. One of our buddies was a biker, and he was a professional tour guy, just like not like a super famous, super successful one, but he was a professional bike rider. What would you call one of those? Cyclist, professional cyclist. And he would tell us about it. How guys, you'd hear them. He knew that they were on EPO, and then you would hear them when they were on a tour bus. They'd get up in the middle of the night and go ride their bike, like they felt like they had to exercise. So I guess if you're on a lot of it, I don't know. I've never done it. It seems like it would be awesome, though. If you could take some drug that like super juiced up your endurance, that sounds awesome. But apparently it's just not very safe. And they were saying that a lot of executives take it now. Like there's people that are executives that are just entering endurance races, and they're taking EPO and entering into these endurance races that like regular people with regular jobs just decided to take it. There was some article about that. See if you could find it. It was like CEOs entering into endurance races and taking EPO. But it's a few fighters have been caught with it, and it apparently just really juices up your endurance.
And the purpose of it is the endurance value. Like you could go 16 rounds instead of fucking 10 type shit.
Yeah.
I had a friend that used to shoot and eat steroids and never do a push-up.
Jesus Christ.
He was whacked.
That's crazy.
I go, dog, when are you going to go to the gym? Next week.
That's insane.
I'll never forget him seeing him eat like half a bottle of Winnie V, the pink footballs, like the pink ones in the 80s. He would just put them in his hand like Tic Tacs with a beer.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
going to the gym tomorrow. I did some push-ups today. Just my biceps. That's all I need, a few biceps. I want lats.
Italians. Crazy group of humans that came over.
I always want you to do the impersonation from you when Italian people in Jersey found out that Marlon Brando is gay. I can't fucking believe it. 20 years he was the Godfather. And no. He couldn't blow a regular dude. No, God forbid. He blows a black dude to really stab me right here in the fucking heart. I couldn't even take it no more. I had to throw the DVD collection away. I would love to hear one of those guys what they said when they found out that week.
Didn't they say that he fucked everybody, men and women?
Oh, yeah, he banged everybody.
He fucked everybody.
Yeah, and then it came out he was banging the guy with the big dick in Cuba.
That's right.
The Superman. He sucked his dick,
That's
too.
right. That's right.
So fucking poor Italian people, if they were Godfather fans, they were lighting those fucking DVDs on fire. Fuck Marlon Brando.
Poor homophobes. I like him more now. I like Marlon Brando
I
more
love
now
Marlon
that I found
Brando.
out
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Listen, Marlon Brando, dog.
Me, Richard Pryor, thinking about Richard Pryor getting so coked up that he let Marlon Brando fuck him was one of the things I was like, unless he that's prejudice of me. I should just assume he enjoyed it. I assume he enjoyed having sex with Marlon Brando. Why should I give a shit, right?
Listen to me.
For real,
just
right?
remember one thing. Because you're going to die when I tell you this.
Uh-oh.
Marlon Brando talked the studio into giving him like $100,000 to read Superman. Like, when people call you up, Joe, hi, Joe, this is Cynthia from your agents.
Right.
We're sending you a script over for you to approve, to read. Give me $100,000.
Give me $100,000 and I'll read it, he said.
When he went to the island, he went deep, and he believed his ego. You got to remember, that was an all-time record for a long time, what he got for Superman. He banged him out. He took him to the cleaners type shit.
They needed him.
He fucked him up in the ass bad, like big money. Find out what they paid him in 1970, whatever, for Superman. Remember, he fucked him big time. I think it's Mutiny on the Bounty. On one of those movies, they kept saying that, oh, we have a beautiful spot for you right here in Marina Del Rey. If we do this, we got to do this on this island I found. He had gone down there and found in love. He's like, there's a bunch of running around. There's a bunch of women running around with leaves on. You know the damage I could do down there? He made the studio shoot down there, and then they never went down there. Who wants to go to fucking whatever island they shot that at?
So that's where he lived, right?
So he went down there. He got down there. He's like, Jamie, what's your job? PA. No more. You're the director. Rogan, you're this. And everybody was shooting, and they were shooting his feet, They were shooting like him running and like the shore. And meanwhile, he's just banging fucking Hawaiian women 8 at a time, like just having orgies, banging kids. All those kids that shot themselves, all those kids he had, remember all those?
Oh, my God.
All those poor kids that fucking, God rest their souls, all those problems he had. He was down there like fucking just matadoring. Whoever Paramount, whoever the network was, showed up down there and said, let's see the dailies. And said, what the fuck is this? You're done. They brought somebody else in. Marlon ended up saying, fuck it, I'll buy the island. He bought the island, didn't he? Like, this is just crazy shit I heard over the years. And they just lived on the island. And then if they wanted him, they had to call the island. And they had, like, levels. Oh, you want me to read the script? That's going to cost you $80. Oh, you want me to come to the studio? That's $300,000. Like, he had levels of fucking, and they would give it to him. They would, and then they didn't want him for The Godfather. They were like, nah, there's no way we want that fucking guy.
Wow.
And then finally he put the tape in his mouth and all that shit, and they approved him. And he did bro, that movie's like a porn. The one he did, that Last Tango in Paris.
Is it?
That's like a light porn. And then the chick came out years later and said, that motherfucker Stone Cold raped me.
Really?
He was the king of Me Too. He invented Me Too, that motherfucker, dog.
Wow.
Yeah, she came out years later and said something about she didn't know what was. Marlon Brando went in there and choked her out like McQueen in fucking in The Getaway. She thought she was just getting pushed.
Yeah, the McQueen, and who was it with? What was
Ally
the
McGraw.
girl? Ally McGraw. That was hard to watch, dude, because you could tell that was real. There's no way that wasn't real. Like, he was really hitting her. That would hurt.
No. He was a method actor. He didn't
Dude,
give a fuck.
That is harsh, man.
He's crazy. He was crazy.
That scene was so real because of it. I mean, it's awful to watch, but it's real, right? I mean, it's an awful scene.
It's real.
Fuck, man. You imagine being her, and all of a sudden the dude just starts smacking you in the head for real? And you don't know what to do, and you don't want to bail out of the scene. You're getting fucked up, though. He's fucking you up.
And
wow.
she didn't stop. She just kept saying the lines and working with it.
Fuck, dude. Jesus Christ.
What do you say to somebody after that? Like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but that's what the scene called for.
You can't see. I don't know. It sounds fucked up to say, but I think even just that recent a time, people did not understand that if you're smacking people in the head like that, you're giving them fucking brain damage. Like, you smack someone in the head like that, like, you could seriously fuck them up. Like, something could be wrong with them for a long time, even if they don't go unconscious.
Your mother was smacking you in the head?
No, my mom wasn't a hitter.
Really?
No, she wasn't a hitter.
Who smacked you in the head?
Very few people.
An uncle?
No. Very few people.
I'll tell you
Maybe
what,
my grandmother cracked me once, but it was, just like, get your shit together. Not like trying to hurt me, Just a little smack. I didn't get beat as a kid. But I saw a lot of violence. I saw seeing violence when you're a kid. There's something about like seeing someone you're close to who's an adult beating up like a 10 or 11-year-old. You ever see that before? When you see something like that, you ever see a grown adult beating the shit out of a 10 or 11-year-old when you're a little kid?
Yes.
That to me was like a defining moment when I was a little kid.
As a parent, or I only saw parents beat their children.
Yeah, I saw someone beat somebody else's kid. It was fucked up to watch, man.
When I lived on 205 West 88th Street, when I came from Cuba, we lived in Jersey for a while. My dad died. We moved to 89th Street. Then something happened at the building, and we ended up moving to 88th Street. And I had a kid I had a beef with every day. And one day, I finally got my shit together in karate. Like one day, my sidekick started working, and that fucking right cross started working. And I learned how to use my fucking up block, and I finally had this kid. His name was Rudy the Haitian. He was the only Haitian kid in the neighborhood. We lived on 88th Street. And I fucked him up this day, and his father came down and held my arms. And he made Rudy punch me. And I'll never forget that my lip was bleeding. And he took me upstairs, and he knocked on my mother's door. And my mother opened up the door in half a fucking hangover. And she goes, what's the problem? And she goes, Joey, Coco, you know. And he goes, next time your son hits my son, I'm going to hit him, then I'm going to come up here and hit you. And
wow.
My mom turned around and got a butcher knife and chased Rudy's father up the stairs. The cops came, and the lady next door said she didn't see a knife. Wow. But at that point, we were done in the building.
Jesus.
That was one of the worst there. When I moved to North Bergen, I saw parents that, you know, like, you ever hear a comedian go, you ever hang out with white kids, you go to their house, how they talk to their parents? I could never talk to my, you know.
Right, right.
That's the first thing I noticed. When I went to Jersey, there was certain kids that would take their dish and go, I don't want tuna fish sandwich. If I ever did that in my house, Joe Rogan, are you fucking kidding me? My mom would take the dish, throw it against the wall, and say, now you're not fucking eating, go to bed. Like that type of shit. But I also saw a fucking parent in the hallway one day that was standing the way you are with his arms crossed, talking to the teacher the way I'm talking to you, and a kid standing right here with glasses on. And I'm walking towards him like, you know, I went to the bathroom. I had like a hall pass. And I'm talking. And in the middle of it, the father just going, bam, and hitting him with a backhand. Kid goes down, glasses broken, blood's coming out of the nose. And he's telling him to get the fuck up before I fucking kill you, you dumb motherfucker. You said that to him, you dumb fuck. I have seen that. That kid was the devil, though. Yeah. I knew that kid.
Well, the reason why
that kid
was the devil probably because his dad beat him.
And then there was another kid when I went to Catholic school. Guido, father, Ginzo, the whole fucking thing. Bro, he would come there, the nicest guy in the world. But the son was fucking crazy. And every time he'd get there, the nun would tell him about what he did. And, dog, he would punch him the way Ungayo was throwing punches at fucking Stipe. I swear to my mother's grave. Like, as he was crawling into the car, like a fucking
pounding him.
12.
Jesus
10,
Christ.
10. I got thrown out of that 11 or 10. So now, are you looking at me saying, Joey, did they deserve it or whatever? Every parent had a different, I watched a couple weeks ago, I was stoned to the gills. And I was laughing about how people put people down and shit. And I was laughing about when Julius Erving first, when the ABA shut down. When the ABA first shut down, if there was, I don't know, Joe, but if there was 8 categories, Julius Erving led 7 of them.
Right.
And the ABA shut down, and the Sixers picked up Julius Erving. They gave him $6 million, which, can you imagine that? What they give that guy, what they give LeBron?
So LeBron's getting about 30 or 40, but yeah.
Yeah, he got $6 million for over 2 years or something was Julius, and he was the biggest player in the world then. Now this guy's getting 154 for 3 or something.
Jesus.
So Dr. J switched his number from 32 to 6, and now the NBA All-Star game came. So all the critics were like, psh, he came up from the ABA. He's going to get his ass kicked in the NBA All-Star game. What? Go look at those statistics. He went off. He went off because of a white dude named Pistol Pete Maravich. He went to LSU and led the country in scoring. A white dude ended up becoming a fucking boozer, but that dude knew how to handle the ball because his father would beat him. His father would make him sleep in the garage in the winter and beat him until he learned how to play basketball because there was no losing in this fucking house. Do you understand me, Joe Rogan? There's no fucking losers in my fucking house. Sleep in the garage, no dinner. But Pistol Pete knew how to fucking dribble jack him. And Pistol Pete would take you deep. Pistol Pete anybody could cover. The best black dude in the league could cover Pistol Pete. But if you watch that NBA All-Star game, Pistol Pete is stopping, chopping people and giving behind the back passes to Julius Erving. He even looks at a dude at one pass. He's looking at Bob McAdoo. I'm coming. And all of a sudden he just puts the ball between his legs and he gives it to Julius Erving. Why? Because that kid's father stayed on him. There's different thoughts of...
Some people can handle that. Some people
Yes.
can't, though. Like some guys are broken. But, I mean, it's like how much pressure is too much pressure to create, like, a superstar like that? Like, didn't his dad put a lot of pressure on him as well? Isn't that the story?
Let's talk about the guy that died last week.
But that's a different thing. Like, the Tiger Woods
Joe
thing was-
Jackson. What the fuck is different about that? He created 3 fucking kids that changed the fucking... One kid that changed the fucking world.
Right.
He beat him. He fucked him in the ass, supposedly.
Whoa, where'd you hear this?
I don't know. He did sexual assault
I
on
think
one
you
of them.
got to be really careful with saying things like
I'm
that.
sorry. Listen, it's the Me Too thing. Things come out. What are you going to do? Everybody's getting the blame for something. You know what I'm saying?
But is this something you really heard?
I've heard sexual abuse allegations from his father, but I listen to what did he create? What did he do? What did Joe Jackson do by making them not letting them fucking and let me tell you something. The one kid could have gone to a college to play basketball. The kids had talent as it was. Gary, Indiana. You ever go to Gary, Indiana?
No.
It's like hell. Fucking Delaware, and then Gary, Indiana. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Gary's like crazy. He made these kids rehearse. He pulled them out of Gary, took them up to fucking Berry Gordy. You know, you think about this shit. Some of them probably hated him for what he did. You look back at those lessons that you got, Joe Rogan. How many people did you look at one day and go, fuck you, motherfucker? But then 2 years later, you look back and you look at the lesson you learned from the whole experience. And you actually have to go back and hug that person and go, hey, man, thank you for that time. It made me a better motherfucker today because of what you did. Made me a better person. We're not going to agree with everything that happens along the way, Joe Rogan. But it's made us who the fuck we are today.
That's an interesting thing because we grew up in a time where kids were just allowed to run around outside. Everybody ran around outside. That was just normal, right? When you were a little kid, you ran around outside. Nobody just runs around outside. I remember the first time I saw a grown lady she hit my cousin. We were both around the same age. I was probably 6 and she was 5. And this lady slipped on ice in front of her apartment building. And she got up, and my cousin just unfortunately happened to be standing right in front of her when she fell. And she got up and she said, "Don't you laugh at me." And she smacked her in the face. She wasn't laughing at her either. Just she smashed her in the face, man. Like she smacked her hard. And I was like, oh my God. We were both little kids and watching some grown adult smash our cousin in the face. We were like, like, you just got to realize, like, hey, you can't, you got to be polite. There's some fucking people that will smack you in the face, and she didn't even do anything wrong. There's some evil fuckers out there that'll hit little kids. That's some dark shit, man. Smacking little kids in the face.
I swear to God, I ran into probably, when I first moved from Cuba to 88th Street, there was a dude on the block that would smack little kids. And I'm telling you right now, to my little daughter, there was words on the street that he would take you to his house and fuck you in the ass.
Oh my goodness, that's outrageous.
This is
outrageous.
This is the early 70s. This was the early 70s, which I turned into a joke later on, because it would be like, bro, have you seen Joe Rogan lately? No, I haven't seen him in a week. Sticky Charlie got him. I'm like,
Sticky Charlie.
What was his name? Mr. Martini.
Mr. Martini?
Mr. Martini got him. Like, when you first moved to 88th Street, that's the first thing the kids would tell you. Like, I was
Keep
5.
away from this guy?
Don't fuck with Mr. Martini.
Oh, Jesus. He's a monster in your
Mr.
neighborhood.
Martini wore a black suit with a white shirt and black shoes. His wife would die, and he owned a building on 88th Street in the middle. And he was angry, and he would sweep. And you know, like when you were a kid and you stop in front of somebody's house, he would always come out and go, "Get the fuck out of here, you little fucking douchebags. Get the fuck. And I was Cuban. I didn't understand the language. I didn't really understand what he was saying. I understood the anger, but I didn't understand the language. And he would come out with a broom, get the fuck out of here. And one day I realized, I'm like, this motherfucker wants to rock. So while my other friends didn't want to fuck with him, I'm like, we're going to fuck with this motherfucker. So all Cubans have that like water in front of their house, and it's something that your mother throws change in every day.
Yeah.
It's like a good luck statue, and I would steal the change and bring it downstairs, and I would look at the poorer kids, and I'd go, come here for a second. You want a quarter? And they would go, yeah, we'll get a quarter. And I would take a quarter and throw it where Mr. Martini lived. Mm-hmm. He lived like in a basement area. He ran the whole bit. He'd be right there, and he'd chase us. We'd go, Mr. Martini, suck my weenie. And he'd fucking chase us.
Oh,
and
Jesus Christ.
Doug, he'd chase us.
Oh, my God.
And if he caught you, he would fucking hit you like 50 times. But we fucked him up. We would fuck him up. Dog, I saw some shit the first day. Like, New Jersey to me was that was like Mars to most people. Like, most people listen to me and go, you grew up someplace that doesn't exist. I'll bring 8 people to fill these chairs to tell you about the parents and the people and the situations. But the first day I went out in my hometown of North Bergen, I saw me and Joe Rogan fight. And even though I had Joe Rogan on his back, I saw Joe Rogan's father come down the stairs, pull me off Joe Rogan, smack me, punch me, kick me, throw me on the floor, and make his kids go in. That was my first experience ever in North Bergen, New Jersey. I saw Mr. Robson come downstairs. He took Anthony off, his son, threw him off, smacked him in the fucking face, Joe Rogan, at 2:30 to fucking noon. In 90-degree heat, punched him in the stomach and told him to go home, you little guinea fuck. Go home, you little guinea fuck. Say that now. They'll throw you in jail for 2 years. He told him, go home, you little guinea fuck. And Anthony looked at him crying a little bit. He picked up his shirt. He went like this, like he took the thing off. And he goes, I'm calling my fucking father. You're fucking dead, motherfucker. Call your fucking guinea fucking greaseball father. Go ahead, I dare you. He's probably a greaseball just like you. And I'm sitting there going, I want to see how this plays out. And next thing you know, 2 cop cars pull up. And it's one cop car that's unmarked, and it's another one that's marked. And it's a big fucking Italian-looking detective. Like, you know, the short, stumpy Italian? Mm-hmm. And he comes out of his car, he puts his fucking jacket on, it barely fits. But till this day, I remember the mortadellas he had on his hand. And he goes, what the fuck's going on here, kids? And the little Italian kid comes on and goes, this fucking Mr. Robson came down here and he fucking smacked me in the face. These are my witnesses. Tell him. Then he fucking hit me. And I'm sitting there going, oh, this is going to get fucking good. And the next thing you know, the fucking cop, the detective tells the cop, go look around, see if there's tickets. Go spread tickets. And he goes, where's this guy live? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, he grabbed all the other kids, and he goes, tell me what happened. And he goes, Anthony and him were fighting, and he came down here, and he fucking pulled him. And at this time, they know that the cops are there. And Mr. Robson, like, kind of opened his door to be kind of tough. Like, he's not coming up here. He's going to know I'm going to fucking knock him out, too. And the cop goes, okay. And he grabbed the kid, and he goes, you're okay, right? And yeah. And he goes, he just hit me in the face. And he fucking walked up the stairs, bro. Took him 5 minutes. Got to the top thing. Guy opened the fucking door. Joe Rogan, this guy put his hand in. Pulled him out. Fucking put him against the fucking thing on the second floor with everybody out. And just started punching him.
Oh.
Punching him like fucking John Jones when he's got you down. He's hitting you with those shots to the head until the guy keeled over and he started kicking him with the fucking thing. Bam, bam, bam. Oh. And at the end he goes, don't you ever fucking hit my son again. Let's get out of here. Oh. And that was how I became friends with the family. Because as soon as he came down, he goes, who's this kid? He goes, he's the Spick kid. He's the only one that jumped in. He goes, you want to come over for dinner? And that was the beginning of my life. When I got in that police car.
Wow.
Because I
That's
did
crazy.
whatever the fuck I want. Look at this, till today. This is fucking crazy. And you know, me and you don't fuck around.
What do you got over there?
That's what happened in 1973. And what's that today? That's a gold card.
What does this card do?
It does what it needed to do. It does whatever I needed to do. You know what I'm saying?
You're a family member.
Why? Because of that fucking day. Because I'm the only guy that jumped in.
I like how cops have things like that.
Fuck
Family
yeah.
member. You get
Family
a little secret
member.
card you could get from one of your buddies who's a cop. Show this. You ever get pulled over? Put this on your license plate. They got this little sneaky little things.
So now we're tight. I'm eating at the
That's
house.
awesome.
I'm eating fucking pasta with fresh mozzarella in the middle.
Oh.
I could open up the front door whenever I want. I call the mama. She makes cream puffs.
Oh, wow.
So I'm tight with them. I'm the only Cuban in 1974 that's even walking in there. So now we're in the 6th grade, and we're playing kickball. McKinley had no fuck. Remember 2 months ago, Ellen DeGeneres donated $50,000 to a grammar school? It was my grammar school in North Bergen, New Jersey. About 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres donated $50,000. Now, when I went to that grammar school, those motherfuckers didn't have a gym, Joe Rogan. You shovel snow to get a B.
Shoveled snow.
You shovel snow. When it snowed out, you shovel snow.
That was part of your physical education?
Yeah, and you did push-ups and sit-ups and fucking...
That's like Russian shit.
Bro, and they had
Right?
a fucking
That's like
bar in the kitchen where you
Rocky
did pull-ups.
Floor.
No, they were brutal. Finally, they built the gym in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
But before that, we played kickball outside in the fall. And one day we were playing kickball. I'll never forget this. The guy's name was Mr. Tortora. That was the teacher's name. Was he a good guy? Yeah, he was a good little gym teacher. And we're out there and we're playing kickball. And again, that little Italian kid, the one that invited me to his house, and his father beat up the fucking dude. We're playing kickball and he's throwing the ball. And every time I swing and I miss, he's calling me Coco Caremoco. That means I'm a boogie face in Spanish because it rhymes with Coco, right? And the teacher keeps going, Anthony, I told you 1,000 times. None of that spick shit's allowed here. This is the 6th grade, North Bergen, New Jersey.
A teacher
This is a
said
school teacher. Mr. Totoro's like, hey, none of that spickaroo shit over here, all right? This is America, all right?
Really?
Oh, bro, at that time, that was a big issue because a couple weeks before that, a guy named Tortora was a baseball coach, and he threw a kid off for speaking Spanish on the bus. He told him, he goes, no Spanish on the bus. And the kid goes, fuck you. And he spoke Spanish, and he threw him off like 20 miles from the house. Became a big problem in my hometown. They were going to kill the fucking dude. But I remember going home, my mom going, he's talking the truth. In the house, you speak Spanish. This is America. Outside, you speak American. So my mom cut me off right there. Like, I went home, like, ready to fucking be like a protester. And she was like, that don't happen here. We're Americans. You want to talk Spanish, talk it in the house.
I think there's a real benefit to being able to speak more than one language.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
It's a complete different mindset. I'm happy I do it. I speak to my daughter in Spanish. If I ask Mercy something, I re-ask her in Spanish. If I tell her something,
nice.
I retell her in Spanish.
Nice. Yeah, they say that things like that, learning new languages in particular, opens up parts of your brain that if you're just a dummy like me that only speaks English, you can access different ways of looking at things, you know?
Well, it's very analytical. Let's say you wanted to be a lawyer. One of your pre-whatever would be a language.
Right.
You'd also have a heavy math. To be a lawyer, you have to have a very heavy math curriculum. Yeah, a lot of history. You'd probably end up being a history major. But there'd be a lot of math, a lot of econ, a lot of analytics, because it forces your mind to solve equations. So if you look at the prerequisites, if you go to whatever the fuck it is, what's the
prerequisites?
Prerequisites to be an attorney, there's a lot of math involved.
Interesting.
There's got to be language involved. There's got to be politics involved, like the American political systems, American history systems, all that shit. But it's got to be heavy math. Once you get to law school, it's heavy reading, but before that, it's a lot of problem solving.
Yeah.
That's how you become a problem solver, by fucking whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you. Whatever you just said.
Well, before I got locked up, I was planning to be an attorney, so I was a history major. Yeah, that was the fucking plan. And then
thank God for history podcasts.
I love them.
They're the best.
I was
You
thinking
learn
of going
more
back
from
to
those
school.
damn
No,
things?
no. There's no reason. Just listen and refresh, and then go on and read about it.
Well,
And
there's
you're
books
back.
on tape, too, that you can listen to that are great, but Hardcore History and...
Hardcore's great.
You ever listen to my boy Daniele Bolelli?
I'm a hardcore
Daniele
guy.
Bolelli, History on Fire. His shit is fantastic. He was telling me about this road to Rome. I've never forgot this image, where there was, I think, something like 150 miles of bodies that were put on stakes. He sent it to me. He just sent it to me a couple of days ago. 150 miles of human bodies that they stuck on these big poles and shoved them into the ground. For a mile, like every 30 yards, they put a new person's body. Here it is. 125 miles with one body crucified every 30 yards or so, for a total of about 6,000 people crucified on the road between Capua and Rome. What the fuck?
Now, what was the purpose?
I would have to go back and listen to it again. I forgot.
See, that's the shit I don't want to hear.
Whoo, that shit's intense.
I want to start with. I'm going to start from zero. I'm going to start with the Mongolians and Genghis Khan.
Listen, Wrath of the Khan, Dan Carlin,
That's-
greatest
yeah,
podcast
I'm gonna
series
start
in
there.
the world ever.
And then I want to move on to American history.
Oh, he's got a ton of them.
101. I need American history 101, day one. We're going back to roots. Let's go from roots. Let's go to 1776. What happened all there? I need all that refreshed.
Yeah.
All that stuff needs to be refreshed.
Dude, Carlin has got some
All the
phenomenal
wars.
stuff on World War One.
Let's cover both wars. Let's cover the Third War, Vietnam, and let's cover the fucking whatever, the conflict. All that shit I was doing comedy. So who watches the news? I don't
Yeah.
know. Who the fuck was watching the news in 1991? Not me. I didn't watch TV again till, 2003 or something like that. I didn't watch the fucking news and have a chance to be inclined politically or what the fuck was going on. I was just worried about doing stand-up.
Right. This silence brought to you by marijuana.
Oh, I didn't. No. I didn't know. I thought he was looking for something on whatever. Oh, I'm ready to fucking go. You know me,
I know
dog.
you are.
We got a great fucking card this week. We could fucking break down. I know you broke it down with Brendan. I gotta tell you, man. I'm leaning, and I love Dan Cornmeal. He's a fucking champion of champions. He took a fucking couple bombs from Anthony Johnson. But Jesus Christ, every time they put an obstacle in front of Stipe's way, he figures out a way to take it down. You know?
Yeah, he's hell bent on staying champion. He's a giant dude.
What?
Like Stipe's a big guy, and I know that Daniel has beaten every single heavyweight he's fought. He's undefeated as a heavyweight, and including like throwing Josh Barnett around, who's just a beast. But Stipe's is the most accomplished heavyweight champion of all time. That's just a fact. He defended his title against the top contenders and did it successfully 3 times. Nobody else has been able to do that.
Ortega, Holloway, Jesus Christ. What
Both fights are Jesus
What a-
Christ, man.
what a fucking great
Stipe
fight.
DC fight is a fascinating fight, man.
fascinating fight.
'Cause
So I'm
DC's
looking
an
forward to it. So thank you.
phenomenal wrestler, and Stipe is, I mean, he's as good as it gets
Are you
right
doing
now.
the show Friday night, G?
Yeah, we're doing, me and Ian are doing the Mirage.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this card. It should be very interesting.
What's going on with you in the running lately? You really digging it?
Yeah, I'm digging it, but I have a little bit of a tear in my meniscus.
Are you thinking of, if you fix the meniscus, of doing something with running? Like running what your buddy does, those marathons, half
Oh, no.
marathons. Have you considered something like that? Or?
Not really, man. I'm not into doing something that I know is hard to do and is definitely not good for your body. I just think you get beat up doing that shit too
How
much.
long does it take your friend? I mean, as good as shape
Cameron's
as he
a
is,
different kind of human.
well,
He needs that in some
How long does
way.
it take him to recover from something like that?
Well, that's an interesting thing. You just good time for that question, because he just ran a race today. He ran like a 6-mile race, and he was saying that his legs are not fully recovered. He was saying in the post that, his cardio was really good, but you got to figure, you run for 24 hours I mean, he ran for 24 hours just a month ago, right? Was it a month ago? Not even a month ago. 3 weeks ago? Something like that? That shit takes time. And he's 50. You know, when you're 50 years old, it's not as it's
The
not as easy to
recovery
bounce
is
back.
the recovery is very tough, man.
Yeah, he's an animal. But he lives to push himself like that. You know, I'm more inclined to try to preserve my body. I like pushing myself, but I'm just a chicken shit. I don't want to be breaking hips and knees and shit.
Our brother just had shoulder surgery.
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, he just got the stitches out.
This is his second surgery that he's had just this year. You know, he had knee surgery real recently, like a few months ago, right? Didn't he have his meniscus done a few months ago?
This generation of jiu-jitsu guys is learning a lot, and they're learning what they're going to pass on to the next generation is that it's great to roll, and the leg locks are great, and all that is great. But there's another aspect to this, which is called yoga, and keeping your muscles strong. And, and the conditioning has to be good, and you're, you know,
There's
you have
also
to take
just
care of yourself.
wear and tear.
Yeah,
There's
you have
just
to take care of yourself. These guys didn't know. You didn't know.
No.
You didn't know.
Well,
You
it
don't
took me a
know
while
what-
to learn. But the reality of jiu-jitsu is it's a thing that as you get older, you have to be much more careful who you train with and how you train. You can't just go balls to the wall like you could when you were 27. You have to keep your shit together. And, you know, injuries are real. You can't just work through them. Like, that was a big fallacy. People would get hurt, and they would try to roll light. Nobody ever rolls light. They always say they're going to roll light, and then the guy almost gets you, and then you're trying to get him. Next thing you know, you're defending, and it's a fucking serious, heated-up roll session, which is great. But then you're like, like your neck's all fucked up, and you go, all right, next guy, I'm just going to lay on my back and work my half guard. Bullshit. As soon as it starts getting hot and heavy, you almost got caught in an arm bar, and then you're trying to pop up, and then you're trying to pass his guard, and then you get into it. You know, it's a thing that's too exciting, you know, and jiu-jitsu, and when I say, like, rolling hard, I don't mean, like, not even like
breaking
a real
balls.
high-level
No,
match.
no. Listen, me passing your guard and laying on you, that's
not fun.
That's a tough morning.
Yeah.
Even though I'm giving you love on top, joking, you breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, Joe. I'm just not letting you get the underhook. I give tons of love. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. It's
It's
changed
fun.
who I am. You know, I had to attack it from a different foundation. I was attacking it from looking at Jamie and going, I got to do what Jamie does, and not realizing I got Jamie by 25 years, and I can't do what Jamie does. So my game has to be completely different than Jamie's. Mondays when I come into class, it's more about the drilling and less about the rolling. And I'll do an hour conditioning class with Brett. We do everything. We do the ball, the things, the ropes. I do everything, and I'll do that jiu-jitsu class. But I'll do the drills. I'll roll once or twice, and Papa's got to go. Thursday, I go balls to the wall on the rolling, which means 3 or 4 rolls.
That's awesome.
And then I try to take Friday off, and then Saturday I'll do Muay Thai and conditioning, and I'm done for the week.
Joey Diaz getting fit.
You got to do
Look
it.
at you,
I got this
man.
5-year-old. Number 2, I watched your thing, and I really do it. I go to fucking cryotherapy, and I put my head in there. I go to U.S. cryotherapy. I'm a Novathor guy, too. That bed is making me feel fucking phenomenal.
What is it?
I'm getting tremendous hard-ons.
What is it?
The Novathor bed, the bed that you lay on, and it cleans out your cells and shit like that.
What does it do?
It does everything. Look it up. It's a fucking animal. You understand me? Plus, I get in that freezer for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I put Madonna on. Burning Up for Your Love. I went to Gay Pride. I forgot all about the gay.
Look at this thing. Thinner, fitter, healthier, happier. What is it?
Tremendous, Joe.
This is dude, they're going to talk us into getting into a pod. And next thing you know, you're going to be locked into the matrix. So what is this treatment? No negative side effects. Clients are supplied with safety goggles and then relax into Novothor treatment pod for 8 to 15 minutes of whole body restorative light treatment. The treatment may be repeated 2 or more times a week. What is it doing? It's not saying what it's done. What
You
is
gotta
it?
instigate the fucking thing. You gotta look into it. What are you
Instigate.
bothering me for? I'm gonna
It's
tell you
just
the
saying,
wrong. I'm gonna tell
we
you the
put
wrong
light on you.
information.
Tell me why I should get in your light box. It's a whole body delivery system of PBM therapy that has been designed to deliver optimal wavelengths, power, what is that word? Densities, and dosages based on the published clinical research outcomes. Huh.
I can't read from here.
It works
so
the
you
whole
go.
body in just 6 to 15 minutes. The intended use of Novathor or to redevelop muscles or restore motion to joints or for use as an adjunct therapy for obesity. That seems like it does a lot of shit. I don't know. Is that real?
I'm trying to hang on.
Is that real, Jamie?
Do I look okay?
You look good.
All right, then.
You look
What
sexy.
the fuck are you
You
fucking
look like you're
complaining?
moving good. Like you're losing weight.
Yeah,
looking
no, you
healthy.
have to do something.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't.
all that training you're doing, if you're doing that much training, that's crazy. That's really awesome.
I really love it, though.
That's beautiful,
And I
man.
try to do one strength training at the house, on it style, with
Yeah.
club bells.
If you want to come here, man, I'll work you out. We'll work out together.
You seriously?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking about
Let's do
calling
it.
you and coming early.
Yeah.
And maybe you give me a kickboxing lesson or
For
something.
sure. And you know what else we could do? We could do like a circuit.
A circuit training?
Yeah, because I have that Echo air bike, that Echo bike.
I've never done that.
It's phenomenal. So we could do rows, the Echo bike, and I got a Versa climber, and I like to do them I do those Tabata sequences. So it's like you go hard for 20 seconds, and then you rest for 10 seconds, and then you go hard for 20 seconds, and you rest for 10, and you do like 8 rounds of those. It's fucking intense. And then you jump on over to the row machine. The row machine there's another one, a similar number. It's like 30 hard, 30 off, something like that. And then you go to the Versa climber and you plug in
Did
something.
you turn 50 yet?
Yeah, I'm 50.
You know,
I'm almost 51. I'll be 51
it's,
in August.
In August, right. It's really interesting what I've learned and what I've read about 50. I saw a picture of Carol O'Connor about a year ago when he was 46 years old and he was doing Archie Bunker.
He was?
46.
Jesus.
46.
Whoa, go to that.
And
Give
I
me a
was
picture
like-
of Archie Bunker.
And I was like,
Is this when he stopped or when he started?
I don't know. It was a picture of him at 46. And I was like, there has to be a better way.
Let me see that.
I saw,
Holy shit.
this is what America
That is crazy.
wanted you to look like at 46 and 47.
And you were like, look at that. Dude, he looked like, well, maybe that was like in the later years. There's a funny thing, right? The lovable racist. He was like the last of, like, he represented a real guy that might have had racist views that were kind of funny, and he was some way endearing because he was like such a good actor, and it was such a good character, and it was so well written, and his relationship with his wife and his kids and with Meathead. I mean, the whole thing was a brilliant show. Like such a well-crafted show.
Well, when Sammy Davis kissed him on the lips. when he found the Puerto Rican's dude in the wallet. While the Puerto Rican guy comes over, they're talking. And he looks at his wife in front of Puerto Rican. He goes, Alice, don't just stand there. Offer him something. And she goes, I don't know what he likes. And he goes, I don't know what Puerto Ricans drink. And he looks at him, the guy's smiling at him like, and he looks at him like, I don't know what Puerto Ricans drink. He goes, I don't know. How about some pineapple juice? You know what I'm saying? The guy looks at him. That would, you get thrown off the air today.
Yeah.
But
you
it
can never do
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't hateful racism. It was Queens racism.
Well, first of all, pineapple juice is delicious. And why is it racist that a dude from an island would want some pineapple juice? I would think that you would be like culturally sensitive to like introduce that possibility. Like,
If I said
that's
to you-
something that you have a tradition of drinking
In
pineapple juice.
today's
in your
society,
country.
if I said to you, listen, I'm leaving here, I'm going to Chinatown to get fireworks. If somebody heard me say it to you right now, to tomorrow, we'd get fucking,
Yeah, we'd have a problem.
I would have a problem.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows that 20 years ago right now, I'd be heading to Chinatown in New York City getting fucking a mat of fireworks, 144 bottle rockets, a couple Roman candles.
You know what's the most stupid, man, is that the food is somehow racist. Like there's food that's racist food. Like if you talked about black people and also talked about delicious fried chicken or delicious orange soda or grape soda, it would be grape soda, right? Not orange soda. Orange soda is white people. Yeah, orange soda is a white people thing, right? White trash, orange soda? No? Is that?
I don't know.
Not that I'm anti-orange soda, but I'm saying like those foods, like watermelon in particular, if you talk about a black person and you talk about watermelon, that's a racist term, even though watermelon's delicious. It's fucking weird. Like, what the hell could be wrong about watermelon? If you don't like the taste of watermelon, if it's a hot summer day and somebody busts open a cooler and gives you a slice of watermelon, how fucking pumped are you? How could watermelon ever be negative? That don't make any sense to me. It makes zero sense. And the only way it makes sense that fried chicken could be negative to you is if you're a vegan or a vegetarian and you don't want to eat a chicken. That's the only way it makes sense that would be a negative. Because otherwise, like, fried chicken is fucking delicious. Who doesn't like fried chicken? If you eat meat, fried chicken is something, you smell it, and if someone's really good at making it, and they got a nice flaky layer on the outside, you bite into that juicy, perfectly cooked chicken.
Lee's Fried Chicken in Tennessee. Jesus, Joseph and Mary.
Spices,
in
you get in the
fucking Milan,
spices.
Tennessee. A little Lee's Fried Chicken. Jesus Christ.
There's places that know how to do some fried chicken.
Oh, my God.
How could that be bad? How could that ever be racist? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm going to tell you what's racist.
We got to let that go.
I'm going to tell you a racist thought, but not really. Like Saturday, I went to the park with my daughter. I'm sitting there, and I saw a Hasidic Jew on Sunday with the beanie and his wife with glasses. I was in Sherman Oaks, and he had a $10 bill sticking out of his pocket. And I wanted to work my fucking pickpocketing skills. I wanted to see if I could still pickpocket a motherfucker. I even had my daughter bumping into his leg and stuff. You can't pickpocket a Jew, dog. You can't do it. You know, when I was a kid, that was my first fucking dream.
To pickpocket a Jew?
I watched a movie with our boy in it and Michael Saracen.
Who?
The first pickpocket movie is called Harry in Your Pocket with our boy in Flint, James Coburn.
James Coburn was in a pickpocket movie?
Oh, nobody knows about it. It's like the America's Greatest Secret. And they would work airports and shit like that. Harry in your pocket. So I hunted down my mom. I used to hear them talk about this Cuban pickpocket guy in Cuba in the 50s
Look
and
at him
40s. There. Oh, yeah, tremendous.
What did you do with him? You did something with him, right?
Oh, yeah, I did two things with him. I did American Gun with him, and I did Arliss with him. Arliss is up. You can find Arliss. It's online. Somebody just posted it a while ago.
I forgot about Arliss. That's one of those shows that I forgot about.
But I watched him, and I asked this guy, how do you become a pickpocket? I bumped into him at a Cuban joint. There was a rumor going around that he was a good Cuban, a pickpocketing Cuban. He goes, you got to get a dummy and put bells on the pockets. So I went, and I don't know how I got a little dummy, and I put bells on. In fucking years, I tried to be a pickpocket, but I have big hands.
Yeah, you got to have those slender fingers.
You got to have slender fingers.
Slender piano player fingers.
You put little bells on fucking pockets, and you bump into them and shit. Yeah. I'm very light-footed. That I am. I was a good burglar because I could tiptoe. You know what I'm saying? That's from my years of tiptoeing on the dummy to try to take the wallet from the dummy. I could just never fucking pickpocket the dummy.
It's great that you're doing so many different things, though. It's really cool to hear. You're rolling, you're doing some Muay Thai.
And the rolling has really improved because at first you can't roll. I dropped the weight because I figured for every 5 pounds that'd be a little bit more cardio. Plus I got the Boss Root and mouthpiece. I spoke to him yesterday again.
You like that thing, huh?
I really believe in it. I saw what it helped.
Do you use it while you're working out? Or do
I
you
use it when I walk.
You're walking.
When I walk. I take a walk in the morning, 20, 30 minutes.
Explain to people what it is.
The Boss Root and Mouthpiece is on Amazon. It's at his webpage. I saw it because he was on Joe talking about it. I was having such a struggle with my breathing. I was having such a struggle, but it was just common sense. Number one, I smoked cigarettes for 20 years. Number two, I smoked reefer for 40 years, but all those are just excuses. The number one thing was the weight. Every fucking and then
there it is.
Some smart guy said,
a handsome bastard. Look at him.
Yeah, he's such a handsome motherfucker.
Handsome motherfucker.
He's a great guy too.
He's one of the best people I know.
Some guy said to me that
great guy.
A great brown belt told me that whenever he rolls, he could feel the difference when he's 10 pounds heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He goes, "Oh Joey, whenever I go to my mother's and I come back that first week, it's brutal." And I go, "Really?" And I go, "So if I'm walking around at 309 trying to be fucking Eddie, it's not going to work." So I just started chopping on the weight. I went back to Weight Watchers. I walked in there at 310.
I heard they have a bunch of different rules now, like what you can eat, what you can't eat.
Let me tell you something, bro.
You can eat as many eggs as you want.
I'm going to look you in the face and tell you something.
I'm
going to look you in the face and tell you something because you know you and I always have this conversation. If you're heavy and you don't go to Weight Watchers, it's because you're a fucking loser.
Whoa. That's a
It's
strong
that
pitch.
it's that easy. It's that easy.
You
Because I'm
enjoy
an
it,
idiot. I'm
but
an
you
idiot.
enjoy it.
I'm a fucking idiot. Here, Papa. Here, Papa. Come on.
What is that?
That's my guide.
Okay.
That's my guide.
So you put everything you eat into this app? Is that
into
what you
the
do?
app.
Oh, nice.
Okay, comes in there. Let me show you what else I
Lunch,
got.
dinner, snacks total, and then you count it out by points. Is that what they do?
Points. They do it themselves.
And
Now,
how many points do you get in a day?
39. Now, let's say, Joey, would you eat that? Give me that can of coffee. Right there. Give me that one, Papa, if you don't mind. Pink.
Okay.
We don't know.
So you scan that, and then it'll tell you how many. I don't think that has many calories in it. Does plain coffee, have calories?
Not really. Maybe a couple, but not really. It's when you get the fucking milkshake coffees for breakfast and the fucking flat white. Even a flat white don't kill you. All right, this isn't in there.
It's not in there?
But you go like this, boom, and then you got this, Joe Rogan. You ready? You press this over here, and you press this here, and you press this here, and they give you points for whatever you do. Walk, circuit training, then you have custom. So I press Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You go to an hour class. How much do you really fucking roll? 15 minutes. If you go to an hour class, you're doing technique, he teaches you how to do the drill, and he tells you a joke. So you press in 15, done, and then you press the intensity where you breathe like an animal. I just bet 7 points. You leave this in your phone, in your pocket.
Interesting.
You put this in your pocket, and fucking guess what happens? It counts the steps. When I went to Disneyland that day, I burned 31 fucking points. So it's all the eggs I could eat for breakfast. So for breakfast, I go to John's and I got a seeded roll. Even if I give myself 4 fucking points for the roll, 5 points for the roll, 6 points for the roll, I put 2 eggs in that motherfucker, which is 14 grams of protein. And I put a thin slice of Thumann's, Boar's Head American cheese, and some Frank's hot sauce on that motherfucker. How you going to talk to me? What do you want to talk to me about?
So you essentially could eat anything you want as long as you know what the points are.
Eggs.
You get a certain amount of points.
Fish, I can outfish you for days. So I'll leave here and go to fucking Sushi Dan, and I'll get the crunchy albacore, which is, I can't wait for Rogan to visit me. It's sliced albacore covered with jalapenos, onion, and garlic cloves.
Is it possible, let me ask you this, is it possible that you could eat just all eggs all day and have 0 points?
0 points.
Really?
Eggs all day.
That
Scrambled
sounds-
eggs all day.
That sounds crazy.
Fish all day. Sea bass.
All
if
day.
you could eat salmon and sea bass all
day?
day. Chicken breast, no skin.
No skin?
All motherfucking day.
All day.
Chicken breast, not chicken cutlets like
Right.
mom made with Italian breadcrumbs.
No.
No. That's fried. Grilled chicken on the breast with red crushed peppers and a baked potato. 5 points for the baked potato.
Ooh.
So you want to tell me again how? And listen, it's not a fucking race. See, before it's only healthy to lose like a pound and a half a week.
Is that what it is?
That's what it really is.
That's what they say?
Anything after that, you're going into that loser show where they lost all that weight at one shot. And then that's why all these diets and stuff that you have to do something that you're going to do forever. I've always liked this. I lost 100 pounds with this.
Yeah.
And then I gained 40, and now I lost another 30.
That's awesome.
And it hasn't been killing me. Like, I don't miss nothing. You know what I learned? I didn't know this. I would go get an acai bowl. America thinks an acai bowl is great. Let me explain something to you. Eating a banana and putting a banana in a blender is 2 different things. I did not know that. One day I was making one of those because I switched. I have on it protein, which I use, the vanilla or the chocolate, Mexican chocolate. And then I have this other one that's a paleo type protein. It's coconut milk. And I used that one. And one day I said, let me put a banana in this motherfucker just to see. And I'm like, damn, this is delicious. I'm onto something. I gained weight that week. I didn't know what it was.
From the banana?
When you blend a banana, it's 8 points.
What?
When you eat a banana, it's ugats.
What? It's 0
How's
points?
that for you? Because when you eat fruit and when you drink fruit, it's 2 different things. That's why all these fat people, when you see them going, I don't eat breakfast, I drink a smoothie. You're killing yourself. You were killing yourself every time you puree fruit. Because when you eat fruit, the sativa, God forbid, the saliva in your mouth breaks the fruit down and it digests the sugar a different way. When you bypass that enzyme in your mouth, that's when you get 300 pounds like Uncle Joey.
Right.
So when you drink fruit, I don't care if they tell you, oh, it's frozen fruit, you lose some of the sugar. That's bullshit. Once you fucking blend that fruit, you dead.
Because it goes right into your system.
It goes right into your system.
Break down all the fiber and all that stuff. Yeah, you're not supposed to.
You learn that shit
any other way other than the way that comes when you eat it.
You could go to that fucking little Mexican stand with the umbrellas. You ever see those guys? The cartel delivery.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's where the cartel drops off that money. Shake them down.
Really?
They got 300,000 under that. Guys over there cutting fruit with a machete. Go ahead. I dare you to go up there. When you see a cartel umbrella, that's a cartel money. They got tons of money in those things. They just confuse people. They even got them across the street from one another.
Whoa.
That's Starbucks.
Don't you think they're just poor people that are trying to make some money?
Not really. You know how many apples you got to sell to fucking pay rent in this days and times? Nobody stands out there. Look at those Mexicans. They don't even use SPF. They're out there raw with no fucking umbrella out there.
Yeah.
They look darker than dark.
They get dark.
What do you think?
Yeah.
You know what you got to pay me to stand out there all fucking day in this weather? A lot. They got like 200 a day, 300 a day.
Yeah.
Not because they're cutting apples up. Because a guy comes named Pancho and takes what's underneath them and takes it straight to Mexico on Thursdays and nobody sees nothing. Every time you eat that fruit, it's sprinkled with cocaine. Eat some of that fruit one day. Watch the energy. You get like that boxer, Roy Floyd.
Can't they just be poor farmers that just try to sell on the side of the road?
Because that's how nice people like you think. But me, I'm a criminal. I see people for what it is. I see things for what it is. I'm trying to send Lee to a rehab because...
Are you?
I got a friend that's got a rehab. You go down there.
Lee? Why are you trying to send Lee to a rehab?
Because he can make money. There's a rehab. There's a bunch of rehabs in Florida you go to, and they get your insurance, and they bang your insurance for $60, and then they give you a cut back at $30. I told Lee, let me send you down there to my buddies. Give me 10%. I get $3,000. You go down there, get acupuncture. They give you a few massages. What do you give a fuck? The rehab business is...
Imagine who Lee Syatt would be in terms of his marijuana consumption. Imagine where he would be if it wasn't for you. Like, there's that guy, when you first started having him on your show, when you guys first started doing your show together.
He had smoked pot maybe 3 times in college.
A couple months in, he's done superhero doses of edibles. Couple months in. I mean, like
little by little.
Yeah, but when you would sneak them in on him, and you would take away a 250 and put it at 500.
Well, what I would do is
rewrap it.
I get this.
Look at him! Look at him! The Joey Diaz co-star in the Church of What's Happening Now is completely asleep at the wheel. He's on the show, and his eyes are almost totally closed. There's barely a slit, and he's just dazed. Who's the guest? Who is that?
It's Raymond Bazia. A kid that I told on this podcast.
Look at him.
Yeah, he can't take it no more.
He's so high. What is the name of this video, Jamie?
Lee in Outer Space.
Lee Syatt in Outer Space. Look at him go. He's gone.
I would get these, okay? I would go over there in the afternoons, and I would get a 180, and I would rip the cover off the 180. And I would take a 60 milligram one, and I'd eat that one. It was like 2 in the afternoon. They don't do nothing to me. I'd eat like a 60, and I'd take the 180 and put it in the 60 wrapper.
Oh, no.
And then I'd bring it to him, put it on the table, and in front of him, I go, here. And I'd open it up for him, and he wouldn't see that it was half opened already. And I would give him the 60.
But it was in
like last night, I gave him an expired one. It had a little bit of mold on it.
He's gonna be a good comic.
Oh, bro, he's
gonna be a good comic.
Look at
I'm
Eleanor.
watching him.
Look at Eleanor. Eleanor sat there for 15 years, shut her mouth, and watched. There's a really special gift to that.
Yeah.
Whether you think Eleanor's funny or not, whether you agree with her or not, I give her the balls. A lot of people don't like just sitting there and watching.
There's a lot of people that do, though. You know, there's a lot of people that work in and around comedy clubs that probably want to do it. They just don't know how to get started. You know, they just don't have it in them to get the ball rolling. It's hard. It's hard to try something new. You keep thinking about when's the right time to do it. Is it now? Maybe should I wait a week? You know what? I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and then I'm going to try it. And you get all these things in your head.
How long did it take you? Seriously, honest engine.
Well, my birthday was August 11th, and when I turned 21 was August 11th of 1988 rather. So I got on stage August 27th. So from my birthday to when I got on stage was just a few days. It was just the quickest
was it
that I could
nerves
get there.
or
Terrified.
Okay.
Terrified. I was trying to chicken out. Jonathan Katz was the MC, and I was maybe going to get up. It was one of those things where I signed up for the list. You know, you get, I think it was 5 minutes, and there's a bunch of people that are going to do 5 minutes. And Jonathan Katz, who was already an established stand-up comedian, he's a really funny guy, and he was the host. And he's like, he came up to me. He said, let me check in a half an hour in to see if I can get you on, because sometimes people wouldn't show up. And so a half an hour in, I'm thinking, I'm just going to chicken out. I'm just going to bail. I'm just going to tell him, forget about it. And when I'm thinking this in my head, I walked up to him, and he's, I got you in, Joe. So you'll be going up right here, and you'll have 5 minutes. Good luck. And I said, all right, thanks, man. Okay. So I was ready to pussy out, dude. I was totally ready to pussy out. And I was so nervous. The first time I went on stage, I was fucking terrified. I couldn't believe it.
What was the name of the place?
Stitches Comedy Club. August 27, 1988. I was terrified, dude. Terrified. I couldn't believe. I was scared. It didn't make any sense to me. I didn't think I was going to be scared. I thought maybe I'd be like a little nervous, like I'd never performed before. So this idea of doing it, I was like, well, you know, I've taught Taekwondo classes in front of people before. I can talk in front of people. And then I thought about the idea of like doing stand-up in front of people.
What the fuck made this go down there? It took me...
It's crazy.
It took me a year to think about it, and then it snowed, and I couldn't go to work because you can't roof. It was out in Colorado.
Right.
So I rented Punchline.
Oh, with Tom Hanks and Sally Fields.
Angel Salazar, Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
A bunch of people in that movie. I watched Punchline, and that pissed me the fuck off. Like, that was it. I went on the Yellow Pages. I found comedy clubs. I called them, and Comedy Works offered a Tuesday night open mic. How do I get on? You have to call in, and they'll give you 3 minutes. Okay. So for 2 months, I called in, nothing. And then one night, they're like, Joe Diaz. And I called them back that night. I'm sick. I got the flu. I was like, I'm not going down there.
Wow.
And then I was roofing. I'm roofing. I'm estimating jobs. I'm going to different jobs and dropping off material. I had like 2 crews working. And I went to one crew, and they go, hey, man, we're stuck here on this job. Can you get us the morning break? And I go, yeah, I'll go over there. And I went over to this little diner right off the fucking 30, whatever that, I-70? Mm-hmm. Is it I-70 or I-25?
Which one?
The one in Denver. It was like an industrial area, trucks everywhere.
I don't remember what the number of that road is.
We were doing a road there, but there was a place around the corner, Jamie, that had the best fucking green chili you ever had in your fucking life. And when you poured them over fucking scrambled eggs, your dick would get fucking harder than fuck. With 2 tortillas. Are you kidding me? To eat up those fucking 2.
Huevos rancheros.
I walk over there. I sit down. And you know how there's always a paper, like in front of you. You ever go to a diner or something, there's always a paper somebody read.
Right.
And I sit down, and I give the waitress the order. I'm sitting there, and I look over, and I went like this, just out of, you know how you just go like that to the middle? And when I opened it, said, do you want to be a stand-up comic?
Whoa.
And it was an article about how Roseanne became a stand-up comic, and now because of Denver, she had just blown up. Like Roseanne had just blown up. It was maybe March of 91. Roseanne had just blown up. Denver was a hotbed, Jack. Everybody was drinking the water. Everybody was wanting to see what Roseanne was doing. So it had a big thing about Roseanne. And it had all these open mic spots. And it had classes that you could take. And there was a class in Boulder for $33. 3 Sundays in a row. At the University of Colorado, part of the continuing education. The guy that taught it, his name was Jeff Harms. And I went the first Sunday, did okay. Went the second Sunday, did okay. And the third Sunday I performed. And on the way out, he took me aside and he goes, I don't know how serious you are about this, but you're onto something. If you want to do it, let me know. And I left there going, I want to sell coke. Fucking crack stupid fucking jokes. I want to crack fucking jokes. If I want to do anything, I'll be a pickpocket, a fucking magician, and fucking come up with birds and shit. I swear to God, like, I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I want to sell coke. I don't want to fucking be a comedian. And then about a month later, I saw an ad in the paper for doormen for comedy clubs. And I called it up, and they said, come up. And on the way there, I called Jeff. He gave me his number because he said, if you want to get on stage, just call me. I'll put you up somewhere. And I go, there's a job for a doorman at Wits End. Do you think I could get it? And he goes, I'll call the guy right now. You got it. Just drive there, fill out the app, and tell me you're friends with me. And they made me a doorman / sound guy.
Wow.
And then the bar back quit. So I was the door guy, sound guy, and the bar back. And after about 6 months, I had 2 jobs. I hated going home. I had a marriage that was just fucking, just like the ones we all talk about, when you cannot go home. It's not your home anymore.
Right.
I would basically leave at 6, come home at 5, take a shower, eat whatever fucking crap she cooked, give the baby a kiss, and I'd get in my truck and go back to Westminster. It was a club away from the Comedy Works. It was in Westminster. But it didn't get the best people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got toothless people in there and people who poach bears and shit like that. So I started there. And then in the middle of all that, it took me 2 months to get a spot from Wendy. And then I went down there. Ed Nichols saw me, one of the original owners of the Comedy Store with Wendy, with the Comedy, what's the name of it? Comedy Works?
Comedy Works in Denver.
He was one of the original owners with Wendy. Ed Nichols saw me and told me to keep coming back. But I knew when I walked off that stage that life, as I knew it, had ended.
How so?
Whatever I thought life was at that point had gone out the window. Like, Saturday was fucked up for me because Saturday I was supposed to be somewhere this week, but I couldn't go. I had to go to my friend's mother's 80th birthday party. And why it was important, it was in Philly. It was away from Philly. She's in an old folks' home because they're the second family that took me in when my mom died. Like, they took me in at a crucial spot, Joe. Like, you're throwing me out, and I'm 17. And I got nowhere to go. I couldn't go to my stepfather. So I had an aunt in New York that I could live with, and I had a godmother in Harlem. And I didn't want to live with both of them, Joe. Like, I was and I just mentioned to a friend one day, we were out snorting coke, drinking. And I told him, I go, where I'm staying, they're going to throw me out any day now. And he wasn't even good friends with me. And about a week later, I saw him at school, and he goes, hey, man, I talked to my father, you can move in with us. That was whose birthday it was on Saturday, you know. So when I got off the phone with her, I was thinking about how important they were to me. That I still remember being 17 and sitting on that hill on 86 and Kennedy Boulevard, thinking about how I had nowhere to go, bro. Like, this was my only shot. Like, I had nowhere to go. Like, nowhere. There wasn't like a homeless shed. I didn't know where the fuck to go. I probably had $10 in my pocket. And then the younger brother ran up the hill and he goes, dog, they're waiting for you to come to eat the dinner. Come over there. I had never met the parents. How lucky am I, Joe Rogan? I had never met the parents.
That's pretty lucky.
And I walked in and they had like 6 kids. And it wasn't like what I was used to living. They had no air conditioning. The parents were blue collar. And they took me in and they made me a part of their home. Never asked me for rent. Wasn't the fucking best house in the block. But till this day, I'm tight with all the 4 brothers and sisters. Like, it's like we're all one big family. But think how fucking lucky. Like, I'm not even talking about being thankful for the comedy bridge. Just the personal bridge that I went over. Like, I was a killer and at that point, I had lost all faith in humanity. Like, I was done. Like, I wasn't a Catholic no more. I was just waiting to kill somebody. That's it. That's all I was waiting on. It's such a weird... Like, I'm not even worried about the comedy bridge no more. It was the personal bridge where I grew the most, you know? I don't even know how we got in this conversation. This weed is killing me.
It's good weed. They're going to kill the good weed now, right? Is that what's happening? How does this work? How does the new law work?
No. I still got some guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I
But
got some
legally.
guys.
But legally.
It'll still be available for medicinal people who have cards.
So we got to get a card.
Yeah, recreational, it's going to be
Got to
dumbed
renew
down a
that
little
card,
bit.
son.
I got it.
I got to renew that card. I don't want any of your bullshit weed. I don't want any of your fucking watered down weed. What are they going to do? They got to water it down? How much?
18%, something like that. But never fear.
But here's the thing. Isn't that strong
Uncle
enough?
Joey's here. Look.
Crazy assholes.
Never fear.
Look at this.
We got a DA one, too.
Oh, wow.
Who do you think you're dealing with here? Joey Bananas? We got state, federal. We got them coming from all over. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. DEA.
Fuck yeah, just in case. You know
Just
what I'm
in
saying?
case.
Just in case we don't end up
Just let
like
'em
fucking
know.
Tom Cruise in American Made.
I was looking up the medicinal rules in Ohio recently. You can't grow your own there if you have a card.
Yeah, they're sneaky with that shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hopefully people eventually vote that out, but you had to get it in there first. That's the only way it would have passed. They have everything wired up. But it's a victory because it's going to be very difficult to make it illegal now that it's legal. It's going to be very difficult to go backwards. So then you have to figure out, like, why do these companies have a monopoly on making it? If it's legal, why can't you make it yourself? Aren't tomatoes legal? I can grow tomatoes, can't I? You could even probably grow, like, do you need a tax stamp or something to grow tobacco? How does that work?
Maybe to sell it. I don't know if I can grow it. I'll check.
Like, if you wanted to grow your own tobacco, would you be able to do that? Like, if you said, I want to make my own fucking pipes and, fill them with my own tobacco. I want to make my own cigars. Could you do that? Is that possible? For personal use? That's crazy. So if you could do that federally, and then they're saying you can't, in Ohio, you can't grow your own weed? That's so stupid. That's so dumb. Like,
Would
how
you
do they
grow,
let that?
Would you
that's
grow
such
your
an
own weed? Do you even know what you're doing?
No,
Or
I
you're like
wouldn't.
me. I don't know
No,
dick
I
about
don't.
nothing.
I don't know dick about it. I wouldn't do it. But you should be able to. If it's legal, of course you should be able to grow it. It's a fucking plant. No,
So
nobody should
where
have a
can you not
monopoly.
grow it? Where can you not grow it? In Ohio, if you have a card.
Here's the worry. The worry is that you wouldn't charge taxes. You would keep the money. You wouldn't be accurate. You just do it with cash. You do cash transactions. That's the worry. But that would be a tax worry more than, right? Is that what it is? Is that what they're
it is
saying?
For tobacco too, yeah. You can grow as much as you want. You just can't sell it.
Oh, okay. But they're not even allowed to grow their own for personal use when it comes to marijuana.
Right.
So it's more restrictive than tobacco, which is hilarious. Silly fucks. That's so dumb. Does that make any sense to you? Why?
Listen,
We have some wacky laws that we let sneak through. Like, why would you let other people decide that different people in this group can't grow a plant that's legal now? Get the fuck out of here. That's dumb. That's a dumb rule.
they can't. There's
Somebody
no
got paid.
edibles over 100. No weed that's loose anymore. So if I come into your store and I go, what do you got? You can't open up the container and show me the bud and let me smell it. They all have to be sealed and stuff. There's just a lot of silly rules. I don't know which ones they don't. I'm very happy I found this bag of expired fucking Chiba Chews from 2015 from the
And they're
Dave
still
Chappelle.
good.
Listen, you know me, I make it work.
Are they diminished in any way?
No. A couple of them have a little bit of mold on them. You just
That's
take the
it.
mold off. I put a little brown nail polish on it. Nobody knows nothing. You just eat it like nothing. Who gives a fuck? A little mold never killed nobody.
Molds help people.
Molds
Penicillin,
help
right?
people, yeah. Who gives a
Penicillin came
fuck?
from some mold, didn't it? Something like that?
It's so crazy how you see it with your kids. You see it with your kids. I took my kid to science camp. And when I came from Cuba, I had a lot of problems medically here when I came to this country. And one of them was the allergies. The allergies were completely different than what I was used to in a different country. They're fucking mind-boggling. So my allergy, if you ever hear me make that noise, you ever hear me
Yeah.
do that? That's because I can't scratch the back of my throat like normal people. You know how normal people do that noise?
So you all sealed up there.
Yeah. The first week of camp, I saw my daughter do shit, and I felt so bad for her. She would try to scratch her nose, and I would see her get frustrated, Joe Rogan, just scratching and scratching and scratching, and now it's gone. 3 weeks into summer camp, she don't scratch no more.
How come?
Because you build up your
Like
fucking
your
immune
immunity?
system.
Oh.
It's so weird how you see it in front of you now. you see it. I see it. I saw it in front of me. Like, I went right to my wife, and I go, let me tell you something. You better take it to the fucking doctor and get her fucking tonsils out, because that's the shit that started with me at that age. When I came from Cuba, right away, I was in the hospital on a weekly level, dog. Weekly. Between the tonsils and the fucking allergies and the asthma. And the asthma. But my mother didn't pay attention to the asthma. That's why I don't have it today. Like, I might have bits and pieces of it, but I don't have it. Mercy's got it. My daughter's got it. They got to do the fucking inhaler and the whole thing.
Asthma's fucking rough.
It's rough.
That's rough. I've seen people have asthma attacks, and you can hear the wheezing. And
you have no fucking idea. So I have to work it from a different angle.
What can they do? Like, if someone doesn't have an inhaler and they have an asthma attack, is there a strategy or a technique?
My friend's mother died at a fucking party.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you have to be
from
very
an asthma
careful.
attack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like us having a party right now.
Oh.
Eating, having a great time. I got an asthma attack.
And the inhaler opens up your lungs, lets them breathe. Is that how it works?
My wife has the machine.
What's the machine?
We have a machine that blows some powder in her with a thing, and then there's a regular machine that my wife has, and then she has the inhaler. You know, my wife and her and the doctor have been working on different things. She's healthy. I mean, the kid's healthy as fuck. She runs, she swims, jiu-jitsu, this, that, ballet, you know. It's 4 days a week we don't stop at that fucking house. You know, you see it. You just don't stop. You know, people, I love these people that think, oh, let's meet at 3:30. You tell your mother to meet at 3:30. 3:30 is when my day really starts. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing jokes at 8, not because I want to, because that's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Because then I got this, that. And at 3 o'clock from Monday to fucking Friday, there's some different activity. Sometimes you do 3 at a time, bro. We go right from jiu-jitsu right to the pool when she jumps in. You think we could do an hour jiu-jitsu and then go to a pool and swim for 45 minutes? Fuck you, Jack.
Yeah.
You got to see it. It's unbelievable. People are like, nah, let's meet. Fuck you. I got ballet. I got 1,000 fucking activities during the week.
Kids are little energy machines.
And if you don't burn that energy, then you deal with it from 7 to 9 when you're fucking trying to do your own shit and trying to get it together.
They're just constantly ready
stop.
to go.
They're ready to go. A couple of weeks ago, she took it to the fucking zoo. 6-hour walk around L.A. Zoo. I get home at 4. She's like, what's the story? We're going to the park? I looked at my wife like, park? Took it to the park. 2 hours on the monkey bars. And then another hour at the fucking yogurt place, jumping up and down to music and Michael Jackson and fucking drawing fucking pictures. Really is crazy being a fucking dad, especially because they don't know I kidnapped somebody. Like, she has no idea. She has no idea I'm a savage. So she thinks I'm on the up and up. Like, when we go to church and shit, she's like, Daddy, look at Jesus. Yeah.
Well, nothing turns people more on the up and up than being a father.
It really does.
Yeah, it changes who you are. You're responsible for these people now. And you have to think of things differently. You have to make sure that you provide. You have to make sure that they're taken care of. You got to give them love. It's like, whoo, it's an intense world, and you feel more vulnerable, and it's just the world around you opens up, and you also have more empathy. I have way more empathy for people, because I'm becoming, as you're raising children, you're seeing how they develop, and then you're considering how other people have been mistreated and how things have gone terribly wrong. They've been abused and beaten and fucked up and left in terrible situations. And you realize that so much of what happens with people with even terrible behavior comes from other terrible behavior. Like, they didn't get a chance to stop the cycle. And there a lot of people that we consider like really bad people, violent people, people that do terrible things. We don't even realize that so many of them are a product of violence. Like, they're a product of someone doing it to them. Like, they're trying to get back at the world for all the horrible shit that's been done to them. And there was no one there to put a stop to it. There was no one there to save them. There was no one there to protect them. And this is what we're seeing when we see fucked up people. We always just think of it as fucked up people. But that fucked up person is the product of some terrible things that have happened to them almost universally. Almost every angry, fucked up person has come from a place where something has gone really wrong against them. You're not angry and fucked up if everything's awesome. If every day you're just getting ice cream, getting your dick sucked, and driving a Ferrari and watching awesome movies, like it's you. There's an anger that some people have, violent criminals, in particular, that comes from someone doing that to them.
I had that anger, Joe.
I know you did.
I had that anger from 1979.
You had that shit when I met you.
I had that anger, but no, the anger.
You had that
grew.
when I met you. I've seen it. I've seen it with people.
Well, let me explain
where
something to you.
Wanted to attack people.
The anger was very. All right, first of all,
Under control.
I was always a happy kid, and but not really, because I was always confused about the death of my father. So that always had a little certain unhappiness.
Yeah.
But I always had the Catholic faith. I was really raised Catholic, and I always believed he was in heaven, and he was in that box when my mom did the things. So that eased the pain a little bit. Then my mother's death was just fucking horrifying. And that broke the central nervous system belief system. That broke your belief in the world. How can there be a God that takes a mother away from a child? When you're 16 and you wrap that around your head, there's not a good result. It's not going to be a good result. So how I lashed out was by robbing you. That was the only weapon I had in the world, was to rob you. Joe Rogan fucked with me, this studio would get robbed and lit on fucking fire. And Joe knew it was me, and what the fuck was he going to do? I'm with Carmine. What the fuck are you going to do? You call the cops? It's Carmine who's going to answer the phone. Next time, don't fuck with me. You'll know next time not to fuck with me. When I tell you to give me that gram of coke, and I'll pay you on Friday, you'll fucking give it to me, all right? Because that's what it was. It was simple shit like that.
Right.
Like, Joe, give me $100. I'm broke. Joey, I don't have $100. Okay. Then I rob your fucking house. You should have given him $100. You know, I was lashing out at the fucking world.
Right.
Number two, the other issue I had is I lost a child. I was not ready for that child at all. I loved that little girl with all my heart, but I was not ready for her at all. My intentions were good, but the result was not going to be well. I was not ready. And because I lost that child,